Hi there, my name is Jack York, and I am going to present to you my findings of the assignment assigned in Lesson 3 of the two podcasts that I listened to. I have pictured here a favorite spot up 2 hours north of where I'm from in Boise, Idaho. This is in the mountains behind McCall, Idaho. Beautiful, beautiful place that I like to frequent a lot in my downtime, and I miss it very much. But here we go. Let's start with the first podcast. The first podcast talks about a school district in Normandy who is ranked very low as far as an education level in the state of Missouri, and the idea of this school district being integrated with another school district that has a little bit of a higher education level. And the interviewer kind of goes and interviews this young eighth grade girl that wants to be a part of this new school district, and she wants to invest herself by going to a better school with better teachers and a better learning environment. There's a meeting with the better ranked school district parents that they convey is not going to be very conducive or positive to their kids by having the Normandy school district kids coming in and learning with them. The mention of the metal detectors coming into school. I mean, that's pretty outrageous. When I hear that, it's discomforting to even know that my school would even have metal detectors to just get into the building. That creates an uneasiness inside people, and that's not a good uneasiness to have the sense of not being secure at a school that already is secure. So continuing, the eighth grade student, the Normandy student, wants to kind of defend herself and get up there and speak, but she couldn't muster up enough courage to get in front of all these parents who are disagreeing so heavily with this new idea. And I wonder what would have happened if she did speak. I don't know if she would have silenced the parents more, or even maybe changed the minds of these parents to see what good could come of this new experience that the school was upon. Continuing in the interview, she explains how brokenhearted she is, and I myself was brokenhearted for her when she's explaining what if your kid was in a low level education district, that it's basically, I mean, it wasn't up to her that she's in this situation, but she's trying to better herself and needs a better learning environment, and she sees that in this district, and the parents are still not taking to it as the way she hoped. However, she, on the first day, got off the bus to a cheer squad welcoming her and her colleagues into this new school through the teachers. And that's what leaves hope in my mind. The teachers recognized that these students would be uncomfortable in their new environment, and they tried to facilitate that with a big welcoming to the pleasure of the student and her mother who followed the bus, to make sure she was comfortable in how things would go. The results of this merger was the test scores remained the same, and there was no violence or negative effects, at least that the interviewer portrayed. So then we move on to the second podcast. Um, the second podcast takes place in Hartford, Connecticut. This deals with um, a new school system that has magnet schools within the city of Hartford. The interviewer takes a tour through these magnet schools, and on one of these tours, she goes into one of the facilities that they're learning in, and you can't see, obviously, since it's a podcast, the emotion on her face, but you can tell the reaction when she's being shown around by one of the students, the
inflections in her voice, and she's just oohing and ahhing at the facilities that they get to learn at, which garnered a huge demand of these white suburban families wanting their kids to be in these magnet schools. It caused a problem actually with the demand, not having enough spots for these kids to come in and go to school there. It's a good problem to have, but however, this caused an adverse effect of unhappy parents that wanted to get in. They were on a wait list. This was all brought to you by the effect of good marketing. I mean, the magnet schools hired professional marketing companies to help facilitate them the demand for wanting to be a part of these schools. This makes me feel happy. It's a good problem to have, like I said, um, to have people wanting to come to your schools that you've created, but adversely, again, it creates more stress on the people who created it. So overall, it's a double-edged sword. You have the plan working in action with what they wanted to happen, but adversely, it caused more stress on the people who are running it. So that concludes the two podcasts and this video assignment. I hope you enjoyed it, and this was a good idea. I loved the YouTube video instead of writing on a paper, maybe a little bit easier. I hope you have a great rest of your day.